Nick Smith Jr. came out of high school as the top-rated point guard and second overall high school prospect nationally per Rivals.com, behind only Derek Whitehead. He committed to play for his home state team in Arkansas and joined a team that marched all the way into the Elite Eight as a 4 seed in the 2022 NCAA tournament. Despite being the number 2 high school prospect, Smith was widely considered to be the top NBA draft prospect that would come from college in this upcoming draft. However, this season at Arkansas has not gone exactly as planned. A nagging knee injury has limited Smith to only 5 games this college season thus far. Recently, his father stated on a radio show that Smith does intend to return to Arkansas and play out the rest of the season if he is able to, but we will have to wait and see there. For now, it appears that Smith has let enough of his talent shine through in his brief appearances in college that he will remain a mid-lottery pick unless teams discover something is really wrong with his knee. The first strength for Smith is his quickness. Smith possesses both straight line speed as well as lateral quickness with or without the ball in his hands. On the offensive end of the floor, he is very difficult to guard out on the perimeter when he's on the ball because he has such a quick first step. Then once he gets past defenders, either in the half court or in transition, he can just outrun everyone to the basket. His quickness also comes into play when he's playing off the ball. If he catches his defender napping, he's great at making a quick cut into the lane for an easy bucket. Quickness and speed aren't things that can really be taught. Smith is just naturally talented in this area, and it will be a valuable asset for him upon arriving in the NBA. Another strength for Smith is his ability as a passer. Smith came out of high school listed as a point guard, but I think he profiles more as a shooting guard long term. That being said, Smith has displayed really good vision and passing ability at times. Smith is very alert while on the move with the ball in his hands and does a good job at anticipating where his teammates will be rather than reacting to where they are. But beyond that, he is able to deliver accurate passes into those windows that he sees to give his teammates good opportunities to score. His quickness on offense definitely helps him in this department, as he is frequently able to beat his man on the perimeter, forcing the defense to start rotating. But not every player that can do this also possesses high-level passing ability. Smith has shown that he is very capable of using his tools to create for others as well as himself. One final strength for Smith is scoring. Smith looks to be one of the relatively rare talents that is able to score effectively from all levels of the floor. He can make acrobatic layups at the basket, floaters, mid-range jumpers, and has shown the ability to knock down three-pointers as well. He could really be incredibly difficult to guard if all of these skills transfer to the NBA level. I think the only real knock on Smith as a scorer is that he has a tendency to shy away from contact around the basket. This leads to some of those incredible acrobatic layup attempts around the basket, but also leads to lower percentage floaters and tough attempts. The hope here would be that Smith fills out a little and learns to trust his ability to play through contact at the basket. If he does this and starts racking up free throw attempts in addition to everything else he can do in the scoring department, look out. The first weakness for Smith is that physically he isn't very strong. Smith is listed at 6'5", 185 pounds, and I think that 185 might be rounding up a bit if I'm speculating. But either way, Smith is noticeably lean on the court compared to most other players, and he doesn't play big either. We've seen players like Ja Morant come into the league that are on the leaner side but have absolutely no fear of playing through contact. Smith is not this type of player at this time. He avoids contact regularly on the offensive end of the floor and struggles with physicality on the defensive end of the floor as well. I don't think Smith needs to put on a bunch of weight that would likely take away from his quickness, but he probably will want to bulk up a little to deal with the physicality of the NBA and become more comfortable dealing with contact on both ends of the floor. Another weakness for Smith is defense. The first part of this weakness is that Smith is small and can be easily bullied by bigger players. But with his quickness and length, a reportedly 6'8" wingspan, he should be able to at least hang with guards out on the perimeter. But Smith seems to struggle with that as well. He's a bit too handsy and picks up cheap fouls and doesn't always seem to keep good balance when defending one-on-one. In fairness to Smith, he has been dealing with a knee issue that could be impacting him somewhat in this department. And to his credit, he isn't actively disengaged on the defensive end of the floor like some smaller players. He just needs to add some muscle and clean up his technique, and I think he could at least be a competent team defender. This first clip displays how quick Smith is. The play starts with Smith receiving the pass well beyond the arc near the wing. Smith attacks immediately off the catch and has 2 defenders between him and the basket. His primary defender and the screener's defender playing comfortably back. Smith gets a bit of a screen from a teammate, but it doesn't appear that contact was even made with the defender. However, it doesn't matter. Smith blows past his primary defender with his quick first step and then just speeds all the way past the second defender for a layup. Smith is incredibly quick and fast. This should help him find plenty of ways to score at the NBA level. This next clip shows some of Smith's ability as a passer. The play begins with Smith receiving the pass in the corner. The zone rotates towards him as he takes one dribble in. Smith then spots his teammate cutting in from the perimeter with no defender paying any attention to him. Smith deftly lobs it up and it results in a finger roll at the rim. This quick recognition of the play that was developing and the ability to throw an accurate pass will be a valuable asset for Smith at the NBA level. This final clip shows us how Smith can struggle with playing through contact. The play starts with Smith bringing the ball over half court and attempting to get downhill against the defense before it is fully set. But a defender slides right down the lane with him, forcing him away from the basket, and goes up vertically, forcing a tough layup attempt and a miss. As Smith matures as a player and fills out physically, you'd like to see him go more into that defender and get an easier shot, plus a potential foul. Nick Smith Jr. is one of the highest ranked prospects coming out of high school and was being mocked as high as 3rd overall in the upcoming draft early in the season. But a lingering knee issue has only allowed Smith to appear in 5 games at Arkansas, and his draft stock has taken a hit as a result. It's entirely possible Smith comes back in February and finishes the season strong, but as of now there are just some questions about how Smith will handle the physicality of the NBA and how he will hold up defensively. There's no question that Smith can score, and he's also displayed some great passing ability. There's a lot of potential there for Smith to blossom into a really good player. He'll just need to answer some of the questions surrounding his game that have cropped up this season. My NBA comp for Nick Smith Jr. is Jordan Poole. Poole has struggled a bit with his efficiency this season, but at his best he's an explosive scorer from all levels of the floor and can also chip in some playmaking as well. Poole was an integral part of the Warriors championship run. Hopefully Smith can find this type of success as well.